Let's check this clip here, and then I think it's pretty self-evident. So the context is, now I love it because they're like nonstop criticizing and hate of LeBron and defense of Jordan as the actual GOAT of basketball, which he is, and we'll come back to that another time. But LeBron is still the GOAT when it comes to demonstrating the shortcomings of black capitalism.
It is. And I think I saw a shift in the power dynamic between owners and players earlier this season. There was a lot of things that were going on. I'm like, man, I think the owners are taking their power back. I'm all for player empowerment. And when it comes to LeBron, I have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, me too.
I love it. I love, as a businessman, I love the fact that he has infiltrated the NBA to such a degree that he can force trades in his favor.
Yeah, but see, I
can't. I hate the fact that he hurts other players.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a fact. But look, I can't even celebrate that though. Right, I can't celebrate it for a couple of reasons. The number one reason, because what you just said, like, it's hurting other players. Like, so why you celebrating on one end, a black man is able to, I guess, pave his own way, but is at the expense of other black men?
Message.
Right? Is at the expense of them. So like, you can't even really celebrate it because it ain't really black excellence, because you shitting on black people, right? So that's one thing.
You're right. It's kind of like he's using superpower for, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And the other thing,
he can use his powers for good, and help players, or he use it for bad. He's using it for bad, no doubt.
Yeah, like.
So that was it. So on the one hand, people are saying, and there's been a lot of praise for LeBron for even for the nepotism of getting his son in the league, for getting to the point where he could manipulate and do trades and all that stuff. But all that they're celebrating is a black man elevating to the spot of manipulating and running the empire. It doesn't benefit the people who suffer at the bottom, who are still at the bottom of the empire. And it's the same thing. The more money he accumulates, the less the team, by their own design, through these ridiculous salary caps and all these other ridiculous owner benefiting structures, they're hampered on what they can pay anybody else. By getting a job for his son that should have gone to some player who can actually play, likely black. So that's what I obviously it's somewhat tongue in cheek, but it is in many ways making my point that this is why black capitalism is bad. Professor Carrie Sananan makes the point in talking about her Irish background. She talks about it in the context of an ongoing problem for Ireland. Being that the same decolonial national question. If we decolonize from the British, we still recolonize ourselves in the context of this nation-state arrangement with the rest of the imperial world. So as LeBron decolonizes himself, he recolonizes everybody else. So. But that's the contradiction. That was always the one thing I always used to like about LeBron, or at least at the time. When everybody got mad at him, or the mainstream media got mad at him for the decision, I liked it. I liked the idea that players would be doing things that owners and GMs were only credited as being intelligent enough to do. But at the same time, all it is replacing that structure with in this case, one or two players who end up so he didn't do this so that so for in the context of the NBA, it wasn't an overthrow of the GMs and ownership with the dictatorship of the proletariat. It was let me do it. But yeah, I thought that clip was funny as I watched it. Again, I like that channel because they and the hosts there are very good. They have all their facts laid out why LeBron can never be as good as Jordan, this, that, and the third, and all that. So that's my bias. They feed the bias for sure. But it's also a good way for me to keep up with a sport I don't pay attention to. And when I heard them make that point, I said, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I mix what I like, what I like, what I like, what I like, what I like.